souls. I hope you all are doing really great. If you like my videos, like my channel, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and click on the bell icon so that you get notified of all my future videos. And if you have any suggestions in mind, any topics which you want me to make videos on, do let me know, and I'll definitely make a video on that topic. I have two other channels, Divine Stars Tarot and Divine Stars Tarot in Hindi. So I'll be giving the link in the description box. If you like them, do like, share, subscribe to them as well. Okay, so now coming to today's topic, self-love. Actually, there were many people who were asking me to make a video on self-love. So um, here it is. So first of all, see, basically, you can get a lot of definitions of self-love and ways to practice self-love, but rarely people understand what actually self-love is. Many people mistake self-love to be selfish. Yeah, they mistake self-love for selfishness. But I thought to make a video based on my understanding, because if you just want the good definitions in a good sentences, proper sentences, just the proper formal definitions, you can get lots. But it's very important for us to actually understand what it actually is, yeah, so that we can practice that. So, self-love. We all know it's loving ourselves. You must be hearing that, yeah, you have to love yourself, you have to prioritize yourself, that love should be unconditional and all those things. Yeah? But I would like to say that you accept yourself unconditionally. Yeah. So with acceptance will come love. So when you start to accept yourself for all your good qualities, for all your bad qualities, that is the true definition of self. Again, don't mistake it to be a justification of your mistakes. No, if you commit a mistake, self-love doesn't mean that you kind of justify your actions. Self-love means actually acknowledging your actions, be it good, be it bad, acknowledging even the flaws you have, accepting yourself wholeheartedly, and then just pledging to yourself, promising yourself that you will try to change yourself, try to be a better person. See, here it's very, very important that once we accept our flaws, once we think that, yeah, this is my mistake, yeah, I'll try to rectify it. That doesn't show that you don't love yourself. This is something which is really important to understand, where many people make mistakes and where many people lack. Self-love actually is accepting yourself. That, yeah, this is my action, basically taking responsibility for it, and not feeling not dwelling upon it, yeah, not regretting it, just accepting your flaws and trying to mend your ways, not regretting over it, dwelling over it, or not feeling guilty about it for a long time. Yeah, this is if you are shown your mistakes, and if you accept it without dwelling on it, that actually is self-love. If you don't accept it and you try to justify your action, again, that is lack of self-love. Prioritizing yourself doesn't mean that you ignore your flaws, your faults. Okay, loving yourself doesn't mean that you justify all your actions. If you're wrong, take the responsibility of that, because it shows that you are confident of yourself and you accept yourself no matter what. This is what true self-love is: accepting yourself unconditionally for all the rights and all the wrongs, trying to mend your ways, trying to change your flaws, try to be a better person. But in this process, you should not feel guilty, you should not regret, you should not take pressure on yourself, you should not blame yourself. It should happen in a very healthy way, in a very progressive way, in a constructive way. When you use criticism either from others or accept the acknowledge the mistakes which you do in a constructive way, that is self-love. If you react in a destructive way, whether it is just justifying your actions, totally discarding your wrongdoings, or it can be feeling guilty and regretting about it, dwelling upon it, that clearly shows lack of self-love. I tell how. See, if you dwell upon a thing, if you feel guilty about it, that means you are blaming somewhere. I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have hurt a person. I have committed this mistake. How can I do it? I'm so bad. That means you're not accepting yourself, right? Similarly, if you justify your actions, that means again you do not accept yourself fully. You try to be the best, you try to show yourself, you try to present yourself as the best person. That means you are again not accepting who you truly are, right? So that again is lack of self-love. It is kind of, because see, just try to understand the subconscious activity which goes on inside. It's mostly like, if I am a good person, I'll be appreciated. If I get caught doing anything wrong, or if someone criticizes me, that means I'm a bad person. I'll be proved as a bad person, and then people will start hating me. I need people to love me. Lack of self-love. Why do you seek love from outside? Find it within you. It is within you. Yeah. So this is the first thing. Talking about selfishness, which I was talking about, many people think self-love to be always prioritizing yourself. It's not prioritizing yourself. Many people mistake it to be always prioritizing yourself. So this is something which you have to change. If you are one of the people who think that self-love means always prioritizing yourself, always putting your needs above others, no, this is not the case. Self-love means prioritizing yourself if you are suppressed, if you are asked to compromise to that extent which keeps you very sad, which keeps you totally shattered. At that time, you have to take stand for yourself. At that time, you have to prioritize yourself. Second thing, if there is anything wrong which is happening, yeah, still due to some reason you are not taking a stand for yourself. Maybe you are very, very empathetic. Again, I'll make another video especially for empaths, because empaths actually deal with lack of self-love because they are givers. They always want to make others happy. So in that case, they hurt themselves. So in order to that happiness which they give to others, many times it comes at the cost of their hurt, their compromise, their sacrifice. So that is not self-love. You have to take a stand. In that case, you have to prioritize yourself. Second thing, if you always prioritize yourself, whether you are good or bad, again it goes to selfishness, the thing which I was talking about, justifying your actions. It's kind of similar to that. Why do you need to always prioritize yourself? Why? Don't you accept your flaws? Or don't you accept that you cannot always get the things you want? Things cannot always go the way you want, right? Self love is the feeling of expansion. Self love is the feeling of happiness from the inner core. Okay, now let's talk about narcissists. Narcissists. See, narcissists, the main thing about narcissists is that they always justify their actions. They always consider themselves as a victim. Yeah. So this is the thing which narcissists do. They always prioritize themselves. Yeah. So just think about the psychology. What it actually is. What do they think? The first thing that goes on behind the scenes inside the subconscious is lack of self-confidence, lack of self-love, lack of self-worth. These three are always interconnected. Okay, because they always seek validation from others. They always need one or the other person to make them feel better, to make them feel happy, so that they can feed on them energetically, and later for the sake of sympathy they prove themselves to be victims. Why do they need sympathy? So that people praise them, so that people love them. Why can't they take responsibility for their actions? Yeah, I have, for example, I don't like that person, so I don't have to be with that person. Again, don't take it for selfishness. This is a totally different thing. I'm just giving a generic example. Okay? If you don't like something, you need to be with that. Why do you play tricks and tactics and then take sympathies from others? Why? Because somewhere you fear that if you take a stand for yourself, if you do things for your happiness, people are going to criticize you. Because somewhere you know that you're wrong, right? People seek sympathy, people speak, they lie to others. Only because somewhere they fear that people will criticize them, people will find out, they will point out their flaws. And this is what they cannot handle. Why can you not handle your mistakes? If you are doing, first of all, if you are doing any mistakes knowingly, then don't do it. If you are doing something for the sake of your self-respect and self-love, it's something which you cannot continue. For example, in an abusive relationship, or something which you just cannot continue because it is coming at the cost of your own inner happiness. It's actually shattering you, it's destroying you. And you think that people will point fingers at you. Let them point. You know you are right. Why do you need validation from others? Let me tell you one thing actually, people, those who want to praise you, they don't need any proof to praise you. They will love you, they will praise you, they will appreciate you anyhow. Those who want to point fingers at you, they will find one or the other mistakes. No matter how perfect you try to be, they will always point mistakes. They will always get some point to point mistakes. So why do you want to praise people? Why do you want to be people praiser? If it comes at the cost of your own inner happiness. This is something which is important. You should praise people if it doesn't come at the cost of your inner happiness. This is something very, very important. Okay. Another thing, selfish people. They always prioritize themselves, right? Because they only think about themselves. They don't think about others. Self-absorbed, selfish people. So do you think that it is self-love, be it narcissist, be it selfish people? Because as I told, self-love is your core happiness, the thing which makes your inner self happy. See, there's a difference between temporary satisfaction, which people mistake to be happiness. There's a difference between satisfaction and happiness. Narcissism, basically victimizing oneself and blaming others in case of narcissism, or just prioritizing yourself, just prioritizing on oneself. In case of selfish people, it gives satisfaction because somewhere you are running away from the reality, you are running away from the truth. Your inner core knows that you are wrong. This is why you need to lie, this is why you need to ignore the things, right? If you love yourself, you will be confident, you will be happy from your core. And that core happiness means that you accept your flaws, you are proud of your right things, you are sorry for your wrong things, but you are not dwelling upon the wrong things. You are using it in a constructive way to be a better person. This is what self love is. Selfish people always know it somewhere inside that, yeah, I'm just thinking about myself. This is being selfish. But yeah, who cares? I only want my happiness. If you ask any selfish person, they will not accept it. But if they give it a thought, somewhere in their mind that thing will come. That, yeah, somewhere I'm thinking only about myself. But yeah, they'll come up with, immediately they'll come up with another excuse. Other thing, if you are temporary happy, now let's keep narcissists and selfish people aside. Now let's talk about common people. Okay, how would you differentiate between satisfaction and core happiness, your inner happiness? See, satisfaction is always temporary, it can change with time. If you are happy by doing something currently, you might regret it later, you might regret your actions later. But core happiness is never regretted. You will never regret your core happiness. If something gives you that inner sense of peace, that happiness, then even if the results are wrong, you will have a sense of satisfaction. You will have a sense of peace and happiness. That at least I tried my best. At least my intentions were good. At least I did the thing for the betterment. I did not have any malicious intentions, or I did not leave any stone unturned in case of efforts. Yeah, so that happiness, that yeah, I did my best and it was not wrong. Yeah, even if it was wrong, I have acknowledged that and I have changed my ways. I'm not the person who did that mistake. I have learned from it in a constructive way and I've changed myself. That sense of happiness, that is what self love Self-love is not that, yeah, you have insulted me, so I'll insult you back because I love myself. How can you insult me? See, it's self-love is it comes with self-respect also. It's not about insulting others. It's also sometimes like, okay, you are the person who is insulting me. I'll take a step back. I want my peace of mind. I respect myself. I do not allow myself to get indulged into fight. Because if I get indulged into fight, I will dwell upon it. I will regret it, or I might blame you, or I might go into that negative loop of negative thinking. That is not self love because you are punishing yourself. If you are indulging in a fight with others, you are punishing you have fought with a person, you get satisfaction for a temporary, a brief period of time that, yeah, I have answered it, yeah, I'm perfect now. But later you will dwell upon the thing, you will go in a loop of negative thing. Why did that person say this? Why I didn't say that? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Punishing yourself, negative thinking, hurting yourself. Where is self-love here? Self-love is respecting yourself, prioritizing yourself, your core happiness, prioritizing your core happiness. And self-love is always being in a healthy way, giving healthy environment to your mind and your body. Yeah. One thing I would like to tell you here is another technique to, actually, I don't know, it's kind of scary that it's 3:30 a.m. here, and I don't know, someone in the neighborhood always sings songs on the terrace this late at night. And initially, I used to get very scared. Again, someone is singing. Anyways, people have many preferences. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah. So another technique of self-love is always consider yourself as the third person. Like your feeling is different. Your body, your mind is some third person, a neutral perspective. See this from a neutral perspective. For example, if you are going to take a decision and you are confused, you don't want to be selfish. You want to have self-love, or you just want to know that is this self-love or is it not self-love. Or people who are narcissists and who want to change. That happens rarely, but yeah, it does. It does. So people who want to change. So always, see, that lady is distracting me. Anyways, so always think yourself as some third person. Okay. For example, there are two people who are person A and person B. Okay, person A is the person who you have to take decision about. Person B is you yourself, but you are not yourself. You are person B now. Okay, I hope you are understanding my point. And now think the situation from a neutral perspective. That okay, this is the situation. If I'm a third person, if I'm detached from both of these, I'm the judge here. I'm the like justice. So I'm the chief justice here. So what decision would I make? Will I make a decision on in the favor of person A or in the favor of person B? So your mind will always be in favor of the person who will be great loss if he is devoid of the thing, if he is deprived of the thing. And your mind will always go against the person, or basically pass judgment against the person who is not at great loss, who is not at much loss. Yeah, so we always prioritize the people who are benefited more, and we always kind of ignore the things or people who are at minimal loss or who are not at all affected. So always do this thing and see that who is more affected in a positive or negative way, and then take your decision accordingly. What empaths do, they impact themselves in a very negative way and they do things for the others. That is not self-love. What selfish people do, they sometimes impact others in a very negative way and they take decision in their favor. That is again not self-love. So the best way which I used, because being an empath, I dealt with these things a lot and it took me a long time to figure out. to understand what self-love actually. So I always did that. I always detached myself from my thoughts. I considered myself as a third person and then put another person. Like for example, someone is calling me somewhere and I'm not feeling like going. Okay, maybe it's a party or something. I'm feeling sick. For example, I'm feeling lazy or sick. I'm just not feeling like going. And that person really wants me. Then what would you do? What is self-love? Taking care of yourself, your needs, or going to the party, or going to anywhere where that person needs you. Maybe that person is in urgent need. It's not a party, but it's urgent need. So in that case, I detach myself. I'm the third person now. That person is the third person now. Then I think that okay, if person A goes to the party or whatever of person B, will person B be at more profit or will person A be at more loss? Then I reverse the situation like if person B doesn't go, what will be the scenario? Then I weigh the options. That okay, person B will be in more profit, person A will be at minimal loss. Then decision definitely in the person of in the favor of person B. If person B, if going to the party or anywhere will be at great loss, will have great loss to person A, then don't go to the party. Don't go to the person. If that person is having a minimal loss, if they have other people, so you will not feel guilty also because you know that anyhow they will come with other replacements. And here you are not sacrificing yourself, so you are doing justice to yourself also. So this is a very easy method which everyone can follow, but you should follow that in a detached state of mind. Don't be attached to the outcome. You are not you, you are someone else. Another thing which I want to talk about self-love is there are people who think that okay, someone is criticizing me, then I should fight, I should take a stand. If even if I don't fight, I should take a stand for myself. Or people who even don't take a stand for themselves, they just feel bad about it. Yeah, they might blame themselves, or they might blame others, or they might just dwell upon the things. Did this person said that I'm fat, this person said that I'm dark skinned, this person said that I'm bald, this person said that I'm this and that. It can be anything, right? This person said that I'm so rude. This person said that I don't have any IQ, any good IQ level. It can be anything. So let me tell you, that is again not self-love, which we all know. Because if you truly accept yourself, if you truly understand yourself and respect yourself, you will not get affected. Some people say, yeah, you are fat. Yeah, I know I am. So what? Even you are skinny, right? Understand the difference? You are not criticizing them. You are just telling that you are equal to them. That's all. No one is superior or inferior to us. Neither we are superior nor inferior to others. We all are equal. Children of the divine. We all are equal. Right? Born from the same energy, from the same source. Yeah, yeah, that's a different thing. That you think about your health, that yeah, overweight can lead to lot many health issues, and then yeah, I have to try to reduce mine. That's a total different thing. That is again self-love, because you are thinking about your good health and then you are trying to reduce weight. But reducing weight for the sake of society or just because someone told you, why? What is the need? You must have noticed one thing actually. People who are self-confident, who are confident in their own skin or in their own thoughts, no one can downgrade them. In fact, even others appreciate them, seeing the level of confidence. And people who are always less confident, who lack self-love, they have lot of critics, lot of critics disguised as advisors. Yeah, so that happens. Just be comfortable in what you are or who you are. If you are dark skin, so what? Is there any problem with that? Are you not a human? If anyone is fair skinned, so what? Do they have any more privilege than you? Maybe you are more intelligent than them. Maybe you are more talented than them. It can be anything, right? So please don't think that. This is again a very, very bad thing actually, which society does, many people do still, sadly, but it should not affect you. Because see, the person who can harm you is only you. No one else can harm you. Just think, there is a person who, I am just trying to tell you the difference in reaction. Same sentences, different reactions. There is a fat person, for example. So, or yeah, there is a fat person who is already like, who has been healthy all their lives. Okay, some person comes and says, "You are so healthy, like you look so chubby." That person becomes sad, upset, and yeah, I'm chubby, I look so bad, I don't want to do this, that, I don't want to step out. There is the other person who has been skinny all their life due to some disease or some issue. They were just skinny, they wanted to gain weight, and they have gained weight. Weight is kind of same. Weight is same of both the people. The person who was fat and the person who was skinny. Okay, weight is same. So another person says the same sentence to the person who used to be skinny and who has gained weight, that you look chubby. So just think of the reaction and happiness of that person. Just think about it, that yeah, I'm finally getting chubby, I'm finally getting healthy, I'm so happy. Yeah. So same sentence, different responses. Let's take example, let's not take this example, let's take example of a person who is full of self-love or who is lacking self-love. People who lack self-love are always somewhere kind of very conscious. Even if they are pretty, even if they are beautiful, even if they have a good personality, even if they have good looks, they are still conscious. What if someone says something to me? What if I'm not looking good? What if I'm not talking in a good way? So they are always conscious, right? So they will definitely need someone who is going to point fingers at them or say something about them. And even if another person says something in a very normal way, their response will be exaggerated, whether they speak or not about it, because that thing is already going on in their mind. Now, there is a person who is full of self love. They don't care what others think, what others do. They're full of self confidence, full of self worth, self love. So, if someone points something at them, says something, or points out their flaws, they will be like, "Oh, yeah, what's this my mistake? Okay, definitely I'll try to rectify it. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for telling me." Yeah, just see the difference in the response. This is what self love actually is. Or if someone is saying, commenting something about their looks or something, they'll say, "Yeah, this is how I am, and I'm very happy with that. I don't see any problem with that. If you have a problem, it's your choice. It's not my problem, right?" Because even you are skinny, even you are not perfect in your looks, but I don't find you bad. I'm happy. If you are good to me, I'm good to you. I'm perfectly fine. So just see the changes, right? So this is the difference I was talking about. Now, think about like another thing I would actually like to tell you here is like I was talking that no one can downgrade you. It is you who hurt yourself, who harms yourself, right? Just think, if you are in self blame, if you are blaming yourself, if you are in guilt, in regret, then what energy you are giving to yourself. Again, think of yourself as a third person here. For example, there is a person who always criticizes you, who always abuses you, who uses bad words for you, who always blames you, who always points mistakes at you. No matter how good you do to them, they always point to your mistakes. How do you feel about it? And your biggest helplessness is you have to be stuck with the same person. You cannot go anywhere. What would you feel? How would you feel? So just think what your body and your mind feels when you send these messages to your body that you are fat, you are not good looking, or to your mind that this is your mistake, this is your fault, you are bad, you are bad, you are bad. Your body and your mind are something which always love you. You are the person who loves yourself unconditionally. Nobody, no energy in the world, apart from divine, obviously, can love you unconditionally as you love yourself, as your body loves yourself, as your mind loves yourself. Just think, even if a single cell, a single neuron, or a single muscle, even a small thing which goes wrong in your body, your whole system gets affected, right? And your body comes up with things immediately to heal itself, to repair itself, right? Just think, let's take example of fever here. I'm going a bit medical here, a bit on the medical side. Fever is a response to any kind of infection in the body. Body raises its temperature in order to fight the microbes, the pathogens which infect your body, which invade your body, so that those pathogens are killed and your body is healthy. This is why it raises its temperature. Just take a hypothetical example. You are having fever. You have to go somewhere. Suddenly, you are having fever, and you are like, "Oh my God! Today only I have had fever. Why is my body like this? Why is my luck like this? I'm so bad. Luck never favors me. I got fever today only." Just think how your body or mind would feel. Like, I'm just think it as some other person, some third person. Because see, everything has energy. Everything has its own memory and understanding. The way you criticize yourself, your body registers that, your mind registers that. It has its energy, and that comes in the form of self-inflicted karma in the future. It can come after 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, next life, in any life. So please love yourself. That is very, very important karmic truth. So just think how your body or your mind will feel that I'm trying my best to keep this person healthy, to make this person healthy, and he is kind of cursing me only, right? So just think that if you love someone unconditionally, if you do all the things to make that person happy, and that person in turns criticizes you or always points mistakes at you, even if you intend good, how would you feel? Similar feeling is of your body and your mind. Okay. And remember one thing, no one in the world can downgrade you until you allow them to. It's your response which downgrades you, it's not the people. Yeah. Another thing which I told you, self love is not sacrificing, it's not suppressing. Rather, it's understanding and adjusting accordingly to the situations, which brings a feeling of inner happiness and expansion. Okay. Now, the most common thing which people face these days is where they actually witness lack of self love is in relationships. They seek validation, they seek love from outside, and they themselves are not confident about themselves. They are like, I had a breakup, this person doesn't love me. Why? Am I that bad? Why did he or she say that I don't love you anymore, or I want to break up with you, or you are not good, or I got a better person? It can be any reason. Or sometimes the reason is just that, yeah, you are good, but I'm bad. Even that I've heard these things actually. There are a few clients of mine who had come for relationship healing and counseling. Actually, they said that, yeah, my partner just said that, see, it is my fault only. You are a good person. You will get another good person. So let's not go into depth about that. Okay. So here you have to think that you are seeking for something which you cannot give to anyone else. You don't have love. You don't love yourself. So how can you expect anyone else to give you the thing which you don't have? Or how can you expect anyone else to love you if you cannot love them? Because see, there's a difference between attachment and love. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love anyone else. That's a fact. You can be attached to them. And the reason of attachment is seeking validation. Okay, it's like, please love me so that I feel validated, I feel important, I feel that I'm valued, I have some value, I am valued. Just try to understand the reason. Why do you want your ex in your life? Or why do you want any person to love you? Why do you want your children to love you? Why do you want your spouse to love you, your siblings to love you, your friends to love you? Why? Because somewhere it gives you the sense of importance, it gives you validation. So this is attachment to the outcome. This is not love. Love is expansion. Love is always expansion. You don't want that person, rather you are happy that you have that person or you had that person in your life. You are grateful of the experiences that person gave you. You understand the situation of that person, and you respect yourself enough not to go behind that person begging and pleading. This is what self love is, and this is what true love is about the other person. This is something which you need to understand. Attachment is not love. If you don't love yourself, You're seeking love outside, that means you don't love the other person. So you are attached to the other person. Okay. Another thing I would like to tell you about this only, you must have heard examples of empty cups. If your cup is empty, how can others fill your cup, right? See, a thing is there is always a constant energy exchange which goes on in the world, right? So we always radiate energy. If we do not radiate love, like if we love ourselves, only then we can love others, as I was discussing. Also, if we love ourselves, we radiate. Our aura is full of love. So the love we are radiating, the love we are giving, we will get that love back in return. Energy exchange always goes on. There is always an equilibrium, equal exchange of energy. The more you love yourself, the more other will love you. The more you always prioritize yourself, selfishness in brackets or narcissism in brackets, the more you might get a person who is either a giver who always gives, sacrificing themselves, or you might get it for tat also sometimes. Okay. But again, narcissists and empaths, their relationship doesn't last. Okay. So, cups. Coming to the example of cups. If you have water in your cup, only then you can expect water to be in other person's cup. If you give your cup full of water to the other person, only then the other person will return their cup. Basically, give their cup of water to you. So don't hold an empty cup and think that they are not giving their cup of water to you. How can they give even if they want to? You will always attract people with empty cups only. So just try to understand that. Yeah. I guess it's already a long video. I always try to make my video short. I don't know it goes on stretching because once I start speaking, that coach, that counselor inside me comes up, that preacher comes up, and I go on speaking. Anyways, shortening the video. Now coming to few methods which you can practice in order to increase your self-love. Because see, it's not something you will understand when you watch this video. You will understand that, oh, this is what self-love is. I have to love myself. I have to do this. I have to do that. But it's very, very difficult to change the mindset, change the memory, because our brain, speaking scientifically, pure science, stores the memories and it longs for the same experiences which give that memory. So, in order to change a habit, you have to decrease that memory, that feeling. Okay, so this is how habit changes. If you change your habit, initially it will be difficult because brain longs for that memory, that same experience. But if you go on trying consciously for some time, then automatically that memory, that feeling of that experience will kind of fade away, will start to fade away, and then slowly it will completely fade away, and that new thought, new memory, new habit will be formed. So it needs practice. Okay, things getting into your subconscious mind actually need practice. So the first thing, very, very common thing, is mirror method. Okay, so I have actually thought about combining Ho'oponopono with mirror method, like looking at your soul. Soul means looking into your eyes directly at the mirror. For example, this is the mirror. I'm looking at myself directly into my eyes in the mirror, and I'm just detaching myself. Like this body, this thing which I'm seeing right in front of me is not me. It is some third person or a different thing which loves me unconditionally. Just think about it. You are standing in front of a person. You people can try this exercise with me. Okay, just let's try it now. Let's try together. Okay, just bring a mirror. It can be a small mirror also in front of you. And just think that this is the person who always loves me unconditionally. This is the person who always does things for me unconditionally. No one else in the world can help me, can love me as this person does. No one can suffer with me. Only this person will suffer with me. If I do any mistake with me, this is the person who will suffer the consequences. This is the person who is always with me from my birth till my last breath. This is the person who will never betray me. This is the person who always guides me in the right direction, whether it is about my health or about any decision. This is the person who truly loves me. How do you feel now? Just looking into your eyes, detaching yourself from you, seeing your body, seeing your soul as the third person who has always done things for you unconditionally. How do you feel? This is what self-love is. Now, combining Ho'oponopono with it. Now that you have realized what self-love is, now that you have experienced what self-love is, now that you have felt and sensed what self-love is, let's try it from a spiritual perspective. Okay, let's bring a bit of spirituality into it. Look into the mirror. I'm really, really, really sorry for all the pain, all the hurt I have given to you. I love you. I know that you love me unconditionally. And I love you unconditionally. I accept you for what you are. I truly accept you. I truly love you. There are no conditions in my love. I'm returning the same love to you, which you have always given me without any conditions. I'm deeply sorry from the bottom of my heart for hurting you, for putting you into lots of pain. And I truly forgive you for any mistake you have committed in my life, in our life. I truly forgive you from the bottom of my heart for all the mistakes. I understand that mistakes are part of life. I don't feel bad about it. I truly accept you. But yes, we both have to collectively together work to mend and rectify our things and to be a better person, you and me together. Yeah, I totally forgive you. And really thank you from the bottom of my heart for always being there with me. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So this is Ho'oponopono with mirror technique. And this is actually a very, very good method of coming out of guilt, coming out of regret, coming out of self-blame, coming out of any negative thought which you might be having towards yourself. And always remember, whenever you are confused in life, detach yourself from your body and mind. That is the other person, you are other person, and then think. Yeah, I hope this video is helpful to you. I'll just cut it short now. Next week we'll meet with some other video. If you have any topics in mind, do comment in the comment section. And yeah, this actually, yeah, someone had requested this video. I forgot her name, Divya, I guess. Yeah, Divya. So this video is for you. And also there were 2 or 3 more people who had requested this. Few of my friends had requested this. So this is for you all. My friend is actually, she might be conscious, so I'm not taking her name here. Anyways, so this is for all of you. Do let me know how do you feel about it, and if you have any doubts, anything which you feel is not clear, you can always ask me. I'm there to help you. I'm there to guide you. Try my best to guide you. Okay, and yeah, just tell me how do you feel, like all of you, whoever is watching this video, please let me know how do you feel about this video. Like this 2 minutes of exercise which we did, it actually gave me a lot of energy and positivity. You can actually sense the change in me, right? The me who was speaking before and the me who, this is what self-love does. Your body immediately responds back, your mind immediately responds back with a lot of love. The love you give it, the more it gives in return. Yeah, so please let me know how do you feel about this video, and yeah, if you have any suggestions in mind, do let me know, and please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Take care, stay blessed, till we meet again.